live stream at Pratap Joke, the one program where we want to hear your voice. We want to know what you have to say on the big problem that you are facing. We know what it is. We've heard you. It is fuel. No part of the country, no Indian is spared. Now, during the last 3 weeks of the Karnataka campaign, the daily hike in fuel prices was zero. In the last 8 days, there have not only been daily but steep rises. In the capital, it's been raised by as much as almost 2 rupees. It's the highest ever in Delhi and Mumbai, and 7 paise away from the highest ever in Chennai. Notably in Kolkata, where petrol is the cheapest, it's almost 4.5 rupees from the highest ever, mainly because the state tax is the lowest of all the metros. From March last year, India has paid $22 billion more for oil because of a $17 rise per barrel. But in the last couple of months, it's gone up to almost $78 per barrel for the Indian crude oil basket. Because of rising international crude prices, the rupee continues to be under pressure, closing at 68.12 against the dollar. Analysts say this is because of the rising crude oil prices continuing to put pressure on the rupee and also a strong US dollar, especially after the US Treasury Secretary said the trade war with China is on hold, thereby easing tension. Some experts believe that the possibility of the rupee heading towards the 70 mark against the US dollar is increasing. Now, it's important also to look at how the crude basket is doing. The crude costs are the same, but petrol 13 rupees higher. Diesel 12 to 15 rupees higher. Just take a look at how the prices are doing and how the prices have continued to do over the last couple of weeks. We were going back to November 2014 and the prices of crude then, and now on to where the fuel prices stand today. Again, comparing for you, the crude is same, but fuel is so much higher. So that's what we're looking at, that how come that there have been minor fluctuations in crude, but we continue to pay just so much more. And the big question, will GST make a difference? Well, for the moment, it's the Aam Aadmi who takes the brunt of it. Like I said, from Delhi to Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, Glow, and these are, of course, the big cities we're talking about, or the smaller places. Nobody is spared. Here are some voices that we're getting from Delhi.
Well, fuel prices are going up in the national capital and around the country, with Delhi breaching a mark of 76.53 paise. I have with me some commuters and people who are involved in business. Remember, it is you and I who are affected by this price rise of diesel and petrol. Sir, your name?
My name is S.C. Kachru. I am president of NRI Complex.
So, how does it affect you?
It affects a lot because so much price have gone up in this year. It directly or indirectly affects common man, businessman, from top to bottom. It affects all. Commodities have gone up, transportation will go up, vegetables will go up.
So you mean inflation will go up?
Definitely inflation going up, and it is difficult to bear such a big loss. Right. Difficult to bear.
So we all were expecting that, petrol barrel prices were still low, so everything was low. But now the rupee is also declining against the dollar. Petrol price barrel has also gone up. Aapko lagta hai ki will there be any respite in the near future?
See, near future, I don't think there is any kind of relief for us, because day by day the prices are going high, and for the common man it is very difficult to survive.
Common man, it is becoming very difficult to survive. So your name and tell us your thoughts on this price rise. Yesterday, everyone woke up to a price rise, but today, remember, with the daily revision, it also increases every day.
Yeah, my name is Naveen Kachru. Yeah, it's hitting badly. Inflation is being hit very badly, and it's affecting in the business in a big way. Reason behind, what actually happens is that because of the price high, right? So the transportation goes very high. So the best part is when it goes high, everyone demands more money, right? But when it comes down, no one gets back to the old price. So that's a big problem, and it's really hitting on a daily basis. Things are getting slow, very expensive, even if we into exports, right? So it's getting expensive on each and every front. We cost something else. Eventually, by the time we ship out, it's something else. So government has to see into it very seriously, because exports they're finished of the drawbacks and also, right, the incentives and all, and this is hitting again on the bellies of the exporters. So they really have to do something to make common man survivable in the country.
Right, a very important point here made by a commuter as well as traders. They say it's not just as a commuter that people are being hit, but people who trade in business. Freight will go up with diesel prices increasing, and it is time that the government steps in and perhaps brings back the Achchedan that it promised. In New Delhi, Snigdha Basu, NDTV.
Right, and like I said, petrol for one and diesel for the other. Imtiaz, you were speaking.
In Lucknow are going up and even more up. There's no chance that they'll come down, it seems. We are in Lucknow right now trying to speak to a few people to get a sense of what the prices are in the city. I want to go to this gentleman. आपका नाम क्या भैया?
नाम नीरज कुमार है।
नीरज, पेट्रोल का क्या दाम चल रहा है आजकल?
पेट्रोल सादा पेट्रोल चल रहा है 77 रुपये 36 पैसे और एक्स्ट्रा प्रीमियम चल रहा है 97 रुपये 86 पैसे
जी,
और डीजल का रुपये है 67 रुपये 37 पैसे।
ठीक है। So these are the prices in Lucknow right now. I want to speak to a few people here. कि आजकल जो ये पेट्रोल और डीजल के रिकॉर्ड दाम चल रहे हैं, आप गाड़ी चलाते हैं, रोज़ काम पे जाते हैं, आपको कितनी अपेक्षा है सरकार से कि कुछ इसमें कमी आएगी? कि आपको लगता है कुछ आ पाएगी?
नहीं, सरकार चाहे तो बिल्कुल हो सकती है, लेकिन हमें लगता ही नहीं सरकार इस तरफ कोई इंटरेस्ट ले रही है। आज करीब 78 आ गया है दाम, 77 रुपये कुछ पैसे हैं, और सरकार की तरफ से न कोई इनिशिएटिव लिया जा रहा है किसी भी तरह का, ना हम लोगों को कोई मैसेज मिल रहा है कि क्या करें। लेकिन
आप बता रहे थे मुझे कि आपके दोस्त रहते हैं ऑयल प्रोड्यूसिंग नेशंस में भी, और वहाँ भी इतने टैक्स नहीं है, इतने दाम नहीं है।
कुछ नहीं, वहाँ टैक्सेस बिल्कुल इस तरह के नहीं है, और ये तो अब तो सबको ही पता है सोशल मीडिया उससे थ्रू कि एक्चुअली में क्या पेट्रोल और डीजल का दाम होता है और टैक्सेस लग के कितना हो रहा है। यानी टैक्सेस ही खाली रिड्यूस कर दे, सेंटर ही कर दे, स्टेट कर दे, तो मेरे ख्याल से हाफ प्राइस हो जाएगा लगभग डीजल पेट्रोल का।
तो ऐसा क्यों नहीं हो रहा है आपके हिसाब से?
इंटरेस्ट नहीं ले रहे हैं सब। आम पब्लिक के बारे में जो सोचना चाहिए बिल्कुल गवर्नमेंट नहीं सोच रही है।
Fair what the government is doing. A lot of people are saying that it's the government's the kind of taxation structure that they have that is leading to such high prices. Do you think it's fair on part of the government, or do you think something should be done, ma'am?
Well, I wish that we get more out of what we. It seems like, you know, it keeps running out.
And how does it affect your expenses, ma'am? I see that you are driving a car, I'm sure you drive it on a regular basis. How does it affect your daily lifestyle, your monthly expenditure? How does it affect these prices? How do they affect it?
It does affect quite a bit. Yeah, we end up thinking of other options of commuting because of the travel expenses.
And in your opinion, ma'am, are there any other options that are available in a city like Lucknow? Maybe if you wanted to take a bus to work, would that be possible for you?
No. Bus. I think it looks like Ola is becoming a little more economical than driving your own transportation.
Okay. Do you think that the government is going to do something about this?
Hope so.
Thank you. तेल के जो आजकल दाम बढ़े हुए हैं, इसका दोष आप किसको देते हैं? बहुत लोग कह रहे हैं सरकार का दोष है, बहुत लोग कह रहे हैं भाई दाम है, दाम तो ऐसे ही रहता है।
बढ़ा होगा तो इसका भी बढ़ गया।
तो वही चौंकने वाली बात है कि क्रूड ऑयल नहीं बढ़ा है उतना।
नहीं बढ़ा है तो फिर अब विशेष जानकारी फिर है ही नहीं। हम जहाँ तक अनुमान ये लगाते हैं क्रूड ऑयल की वजह से प्लस माइनस होता रहता है।
जी।
तेल
कुछ अपेक्षा रखते हैं सरकार से थोड़ी कम हो दाम?
ठीक है, अपने सिस्टम से वो सही काम कर रही है, क्या दिक्कत है?
आपको लगता है सही कर रही है? जो दाम है मतलब वो मार्केट के हिसाब से है। थोड़ा सा कम हो जाए तो आपको सहूलियत नहीं होगी?
बिल्कुल होगी, कम हो जाए तो अच्छी बात है
जी,
बहुत
लेकिन
अच्छी बात है।
सरकार को दोष नहीं देते?
सरकार हर चीज़ में हम सरकार को दोषी मानते हैं, यही सबसे बड़ी गलती है।
Thank you so much. So there you have it. Another interesting opinion here about how everything can't be blamed on the government. Perhaps these are independent prices that are determined by oil companies, and that is why some people here feel that look, not fair to blame the government all the time, but there are others who say that it is the government's responsibility and something should definitely be done. With camera person Ramesh Verma, this is Alok Pandey, NDTV.
Well, let me introduce my guest on that note. It's our Kumar, the economist, joining us on the program. Thanks, sir, for your time. I'm just coming to you in a bit, but both Imtiaz from Mumbai and Uma from Hyderabad with us, both, of course, firmly at petrol pumps. Uma, first to you, that this is the big cry from around the country now, and how it's fuel prices, and how worried that the impact on inflation is just going to be tremendous. The big concern on household budgets are going to go through the roof.
Yes, most certainly. In Hyderabad.
Uma, I'm going to have to interrupt you there because we're not getting any audio from you, Uma. So I'm going to try and take that question to Imtiaz in Mumbai instead. Imtiaz, you've been speaking to a whole host of people through the day, and the big focus has been that the government needs to do something to cut taxes.
Correct. The government needs to intervene quickly. Now we are at lower filling station, lower fuel station. As you can see right behind me, just the decantation, the refueling of the petrol pump has been done. And what it shows that people are here out of fear that the price what are today may go higher tomorrow. And what I realize is unless there is no alternative, viable alternative to fuel, this is just going to burn, the whole in the middle class pocket. Let's go across to Mumbai, because let's see what their opinions are, and let's hear it from them. Hi sir, can I have your name? Webster Agni. Webster, what do you think about the fuel hike? Well, I can say it's an open robbery, and the common man is being cheated by the government of India. When we talk about one nation and one tax, so similarly in Delhi the petrol price is 76 and here is 84. So I can see this 8 rupees, it's a huge difference for the people like us. I remember once Mr. Arun Jaitley, the finance minister of India, he said that petrol prices are dynamic, it can change any point of time. And recently, last month, internationally the crude oil was, price was increasing. But then to here in India, the price was constant. But if I talk about recently the Karnataka election was going on, at that time the price was constant. But now, since right after the Karnataka election, the price started increasing. Correct, exactly. This is what the government is doing, regardless of the fuel prices or the crude international crude oil prices. The fuel hike in India goes high. Okay, what do you say, sir? It's very. My name is Kalpesh Ravdekar. What do you think about this? It's very frustrating. Actually, the common man is bearing lots of pain nowadays. The government promised that the prices will go down. But जब से गवर्नमेंट आई है कुछ ऐसा हुआ नहीं है, ऑपोजिट ही हुआ है. द प्राइसेस ऑफ पेट्रोल एंड डीजल आर इंक्रीजिंग डे बाय डे. ट्रांसपोर्टेशन पे भी उसका बहुत इफेक्ट हो रहा है और उसकी वजह से हर चीज महंगी होती जा रही है. राइट. कॉमन मैन जो है उसके लिए इतना प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है अभी रहना कि जो उनका मंथली बजट रहता है वो पूरा कोलैप्स हो गया है. वो प्राइसेस राइज की हर महीने बढ़ते जा रहे हैं, नीचे आने का कुछ नाम ही नहीं है. तो दिस हैज टू चेंज, अदरवाइज द गवर्नमेंट शुड चेंज, आई थिंक. Ma'am, what do you say? Your opinion matter?
This sudden rise of 4 rupees is so difficult for a common man. It increases all the cost of everything, and on top of it, all the budget of whole monthly budget goes haywire. Somebody should do something. There is no achhe din at all. Please do something for this.
So how will it affect your day-to-day life? Do you travel?
See, I am traveling by two-wheeler. It increases my cost for my two-wheeler also, and increases the price of all vegetables, everything. The rise of a petrol is effective all over, means everywhere we can see the rise. It is so difficult for everyone.
So all said by the people, the voices of Mumbai, over to you.
Right, so what are we going to do impact this so much? Professor Uma, just stay with us. Professor Uma, just come in here on this point. There seems to be little option now but to say that, that taxes should be cut. Would you be a proponent of having that done, and is that the long-term solution, sir?
The problem is that petroleum is a basic commodity and it goes into the production of everything. So if prices of petroleum go up, then price of almost all commodities will go up, and they'll go up by more than what the price increase for petroleum products would be. And therefore, in a sense, what you have is a situation where the inflation kicks up, and that leads to cut in output, etc. Now, this is therefore a political problem. It's a policy decision. And as we saw during the Karnataka election, you did not raise prices, and now suddenly prices are being raised. Right. So the question is how to raise resources. Should we raise resources by increasing the price of petroleum products, or should we do it through other mechanisms? There are non-essential items where if you raise the prices, then it would not be inflationary. So it's a policy decision. How much of the increased taxes should come from petroleum, and how much should it come from other items? So the government has to really take a decision on this. Now, the government keeps saying that, the international prices are going up, but the point is that there's a lag between the prices going up and then the prices being reflected here. So in a sense, there's also an increased profit of the petroleum companies that is coming into play. All these are basically policy decisions, and the government must do something about it.
Okay.